Just about to do a Reincarnation 6 with Lone Wolf. This video is not for you to watch. It's really to look at the link below and see every hero is on a playlist of how to beat. Get Spores before the first boss, hopefully. If not, by the first Craftsman. There's a bit of RNG to that. But you know, even on an 8, you'll see I've already done some other heroes, just working through the list. I hadn't recorded my first kills on these guys. And so, yeah, this is just, I won't do much commentary. I might do a little bit in case you pause at a point to talk about what I've got at that point. But go to the other video, come back here and see if it really does smash on an 8 like it does on a 1, and it does. And there's a bit of RNG, you want some DPS scrolls, some decent Ascensions for survival scrolls too, and all of that's the RNG of any of these games. Some heroes are not equal. You know, I can get on the bunny and beat 9 out of 10 runs. The fox is pretty difficult, and the tiger, they just don't have the defensives that this character does. The dog's good, and it also synergizes well in some ways with Spores, because weapon damage scales well in the ladder axe and skills diminish in their power. So the dog can be good, just glass cannon if you choose overconsumption, but the movement speed and the extra health and that really does help once you can get to that first boss. Craftsman's Inheritor here, and you want to get, well, you shouldn't be listening to this, but you want Fake Death. If you need to re-roll, you can just quit at that point after 2 or 3. You won't be charged at all. There'll be a 0 next to my amount. There'll be no minus. It's only, so you do 2 or 3 rolls and come back. Obviously to etch, you've got to have that. Otherwise you've got to wait to Act 3, and if you're doing harder difficulties, you really don't want to wait to Act 3 for etching. Like, you can die in the first 2 rooms or something before you can get your weapons together and all the rest of it. And Spores is the best. It got changed. So a lot of the videos, and the reason I'm doing this, is don't have Spores on the weapons. They've got all these, you know, mixing elementals, adding crit X for sniper builds on the tiger. And it's because Spores got patched apparently. I only started playing the game in December 2022 at Christmas. But I do have over 400 hours in the game now. Christmas holidays for you. And I've loved the game, never tried this type of game before. Wow, really not wanting to give it to me, it got me there. Burnt through a lot of essence, but you get 1,000 for the run, so I'll be back up. Didn't you cut? Come on. Oh no, I guess we got it too early. That's the weapon you want for your offhand. It's got a high projectile count, and the base damage is highest in the game too, so second to that would be a Wild Hunt, so we've got it a bit early. But it's alright just as a starting weapon because it's good defensively. It knocks back what you're shooting at. 300% weapon damage, anything in these first rooms will kill anything, you know, with 300%. But a few rooms in, just 2 or 3, they don't die with 1 shot anymore. Like a grenade will kill these guys. But I'll keep those so I don't have to hunt around the corners as much as getting some ammo. Even the Foundry does alright in these rooms. Like, grenade, wheel saw. Again, you can see the difference in projectile count's lower. Base damage is similar at that level. Well, it's actually 1 higher, it's like 75. And it doesn't scale well. This number does, this will go above 500 if we got that level 2 and carried it right through. The others are really, you know, 350 or something. I don't know how the scaling works, but I do know that the Argus and the Wild Hunt are the better ones, and the Argus is marginally better than the Wild Hunt. These guys start to get enhanced. Just getting some secondaries and some ammo. just want to get some green ammo because I use injectors or the angelic aura because Spores needs a fire rate that's high and you can run out of ammo. Usually that's the top one, but I'm using mine more for health regen. I'll choose it, but then I am, once I get dual wield and we want to get this Ascension here. Adrenaline rush, golden comeback. Just defensives, want the greens. I didn't do the vault, just realised. Anyway, first 2 vaults are easy, the third and fourth can be elites and difficult on an 8, and you can, you know, you lose 2 scrolls, so generally you might get a chance at a weapon drop, but we got 2 peddlers. Actually, we got 3 peddlers before the first boss. Then we usually get what we want. Just hoping for the craftsman not to be early, which it is. No, it's peddler. Great. I can see in the next room. Watch out for that corrosion there. Stop dodging. I don't like the word agile in names. Gotta be close. Okay. That was a bit silly. It's the balcony, it's the easier of the 2 options here. Just come under here. The grenade guy at the top, who's often enhanced, will throw it and trap you in the corner, and then the spearmen and all that will come up for you. Like I said, enhanced. And he does those grenades and they stun you. Man, you're really not taking any damage. I even got overconsumption on. I can't get his head from there. Okay. Should have thrown some more grenades. Come on, a good defensive scroll. I don't care about deeps at the moment. Terrible. All 3 terrible. I might do that for the elemental glove, and I want to be able to change it at a chat chest if it says give me an occult scroll for something. Hoping for something good on the craftsman, and hoping that the peddler isn't, if you get them too early, they won't be level 2 weapons. I do like the Argus that it pushes back the spearmen and that come towards you. Level 2, oh they're level 1, it is too early, but what have we got here? Oh, enhanced lightless shield, what's the enhanced version do? Oh, it gives you an extra stack as all, instead of 3 stacks. It's a really good one though. And what's the time? It's still 30 seconds, it's not reduced on enhanced. I don't mind this weapon. What's it got? Rate of fire, magazine size. That's the better weapon, but that's got shock on it, which is good for this first act because of the craftsman and not the craftsman, the crossbowman. It's not terrible either. I'll do that, not for Spores, but it's bad for Spores, so we'll throw that. Keep the Argus as a maybe, and that's too low anyway. It's a bit of RNG, but we've got another like peddler coming up. Now, what's the affix in this tight room? Bit of a brutal room because you've got grenade guys everywhere. Just fire. Not a lot of room to move, is it? Oh crap. I am invincible, not. That's the thing about turning on overconsumption, you get a tight room like that. That's what makes this act hard, and the challenges. You know, you can get some brutal challenges, the glazed, and I'd say getting a room with a lot of ads, like I did on another run, which all turned into horse headsmen, whatever they're called, with shields if you kill them. So you got double ads, and it was on the last room before the last act, and it was crazy. You got crossbowmen, you got spearmen, normal scroll, abnormal speed I like to get. I don't really care for that one though, maybe with my health as it is. We'll do that for now. It's only 1% off our overconsumption. Still at 95%. Okay, we've got some survivability. I do like that because it works with spores, not having to go into what's the tier 3 of that one again? So minus 40%, and you're one-shotting everything, so it means straight up minus 40% damage and health regen. And also if you're in nice. Okay, what do we got? Chat chest. It's morning here, so I'm running a bit slow. Just having a coffee in to the left of me. Now this is usually where there is a craftsman, not a craftsman, a peddler. So I'm just rushing to it. See what's on it. Got level 2 weapons now, which is good. I'm going to just buy that and drop it. Oh, we've got the glove, wonderful. That's really good for the second act, and once it gets spores, it's got a high fire rate. What's it got on it? Recover ammo and reload time. That's all right early game. Let me get out of there. It's really good for these guys. Just refract the beam by right-clicking, except when they're immortal. Decrease movement speed for a short time if our shield breaks. Okay. Should have bought some health on that guy, and let me go and get it. That'll get us back up. Oh, I thought that was supposed to do 100. We got that scroll. Didn't work. Maybe you got to pick it up and not buy it. Yeah, buns recover. No. Did I not buy the bun? You burn through ammo until you get spores on the weapon. Because it sort of would one-shot everything if we had spores now. Doesn't matter if it's an 8. And it will in Act 2 and even Act 3 when we get some better inscriptions on our weapons. Some Ascenions. I'm not doing the dual wield here because I can't right-click the beam that refracts to 3 enemies in the sweet spot to kill stuff around stuff, and this is a tight room. Good thing in this room is there's a peddler, so if I do burn out of ammo, you just go and buy it. Throw some grenades, and we can buy grenades too, so. This gun's good because it slows these melee coming towards us. Picking up some grenades. I got trapped behind that corner. Okay. Getting away from that exploding head. And that grenade. That room can have 4 waves, and that's more difficult than what we just got. Normal with rare. I do like that later on. Some, you know, to roll when you've got 4, because you've got all of the normals go to rare and usually get rate of shot and lucky shot together. But it's too early. And we'll just See if we can get a decent scroll. Not terrific. Having a sip of my coffee. Leaving those there for the moment. Now what do we get again? Did I refresh it? Yeah, I did. So we got our main weapon, so we don't really need those. But we can't because that was too early. We still need a shoddy, unfortunately. So I'll get my goblet and I'll go in the vault. See what vault it is. And I didn't mean to pick that up. What was that doing on top? I mean, you really want that if you're doing a dual wield build, and it's generally AP on the link that I've got for Ascenions to choose, but I don't want it interfering with Spores, so I'm going to go this one here. You get a big hit, go through your shield, but you're immune from the damage to your health. Can help you on bossing. Bad room, I mean it's just slow for one scroll, and the beam would react and refract, and you can use your skills, but we don't really have the ability to do that. You shoot something and it just takes forever and you can die. It's not worth it for the scroll. Well, it's not worth it on an 8. This one, if you do have a weapon like we've got, if that was decay, you'd just dash once or twice and get the decay, you get it to burning, so it wasn't affecting. The good thing about this is it just slows these guys when there's just no room to back up because the door closes behind you. Now these guys, it doesn't do a lot to shields, so with the rainbow you can right click their head, but we don't have the rainbow. What's this room? It's going to be elite again. I'm just going to skip, get some secondaries. See you guys. Blow a few of you up. Bye. Oh, this is the short room. This is the room I had before. Longbowmen are really dangerous. The rainbow is really good for this room because you can shoot them from underneath. So I'm going to get underneath so he can't shoot me, but get these melee out of the way. And did a grenade at the column. Can you hear him do his 3 shots? They're going in for him now. Okay. The long room in this, and they all turned to horse head like this. Just crazy. Very few turned into beetles. And these don't, I mean, these perform decently. Their advantage is their utility, these injectors. But when you get spores on these, like it in the second room, hoping to get an Argus on the peddler before the first boss, and then we can actually get spores rather than having to keep this one. Or a wild hunt. I'd be swapping the Argus for a wild hunt. Just want to go in the second act. That can be a really brutal affix, like a challenge. In the first room, it can be like you got to crit everything with the foundry, and even with spores, you can ignore that and just use this and be okay. There's our first craftsman, which we're going to get this weapon up ready and hope that don't do the shoddy. It pauses the game, of course. I can hear the enemies rustling. So you have to get up to 5H now. Just give me another green. Doesn't matter too much about, that matters nothing at all, by the way. It's just these numbers. So it doesn't hurt us if we did keep this for the whole run. Get that up. Re-roll it. Money's not an issue, which is great. You can get really unlucky on these rolls. Like this is unlucky. That's, what was that, 5? That was 1,500 gold. We wouldn't have been able to get the 5th with that. And you got 2 weapons to do, you know. This room can be a little bit hard. Is it going to be 4 waves, or it's no challenge, which is good. But the fire got me. Just trying to get this longbowman. I can hear him shooting, going in and out. Oh, I missed him with a grenade. They're the most dangerous. Well, a lot of dangerous stuff in the room, but I can hear another longbowman pew-pewing. And this eats through their yellow armour. Won't eat through the shields, unfortunately, but with spores it will. Spores that leak through any armour or shield. It's really good. Just because it's so much damage. Got a scalpel there, that would have done for a main weapon for bossing. It's fairly fast firing. Oh, that was a shoddy. I might go into Dual Wield for the extra 50% damage here. But I can't do the second one, but I can use the Argus, which is only level 0, so helps more defensively than anything. Knocks them back and interrupts them a bit. Is this a 4-wave thing? I didn't see the message. Must be with this many ads. Which is the hardest. Like, it makes this room harder, but I don't mind it in this room. I'd rather it than the other room being shorter than that. He's not enhanced, so he'll melt. Beam doesn't go through these guys, unfortunately. Grenades do a little bit, but I'll taunt him later. I've got to get rid of the grenadier over here. I can see he's doing grenades at me. How many on grenades? 6, we've got plenty. Let's burn them and buy some. There we go. No, it wasn't the waves. Just a tight room. I got this with glaze, would be the worst in this room. It's got lucky shot on it, but we always rate of fire over lucky shot once we get spores. I've done that. Sometimes there's a peddler, but nope. It's decent there, rate of fire and dual wielding, and rate of fire is top, so that'll help for when we go into that. We haven't got our survivability ones yet for defence, but okay, we're hoping on here. I've already got that with spores. We're hoping for a shoddy, which is not there. We've already got our main weapon. One roll on a wild hunter and Argus. Nope, and that's crap. So we're going to have to do the boss without, which is okay. We got 300% overconsumption, and that helps. We've got lightless shield as a defence. It's a good one. And we've only lost 8% of our stuff. So we're going to bump this up now. We'll have to commit to it. Because it wouldn't matter if something dropped on the boss. We're going to lose this craftsman, and we've got enough DPS on that with overconsumption to kill. So we'll get that up to there, but we can't etch. We've got to get the next craftsman early in the next act, and then we'll start destroying. But we do like to go into that act with it. We just got bad RNG. I did 10 videos on, 8 videos on all heroes where I got it before the first boss. It's just random. Okay, make sure you got ammo, because we've burnt through a lot there. We're not full on the green, and we don't have spores video. I did one yesterday, same setup, where I just burnt on a different hero on an 8. I think it was like 3 or 4 seconds on the first boss. It's so different. So we need that, and our health is maxed. We're good. Just remembering what ascensions I've got. I've got some greens, so that's. We don't need the enhanced beam on this boss, so we can do dual wield. It's actually really good for getting, I didn't see which one it was, but it's good for both bosses here. It's this guy, it'll slow him, which is really good. So the 50% movement speed is good, just stay max range. It's got good range on this. Just slows him, he tries to stay on him. And use your grenades on the sides. You just don't want his shield to... Why is that beam not doing? Oh yeah. Beam's good for this. Get straight back on. my ammo, which is alright. He's slowing, usually he jumps and gets to you, but if you can sort of get away and slow him a bit, use these columns. He will destroy them, but I'm just going for the extra 50% deeps. Usually I've got him down by now. I didn't look what the inscriptions were, but I'm just going to stay on him for a second. Grenade, grenade. Don't want his shield regenerating too much. Alright now, mate. If you had an angelic aura for this, you'd be dead, but this is better for the next act, so I would have still chosen this. Please don't jump up again, guy. Thank you. You listen to me. Now we're just hoping, because we didn't get... Now that one has a high projectile count, but very low base damage, another bad weapon. But you know, if you got it in the first act, you'd use it temporary to perform enough. Just getting some ammo. Don't know why it takes away the ammo count here. Does it tell you in the dual wield what your ammo is? I couldn't see. I've got plenty of ammo and plenty of secondaries, grenades. High fire rate, but you got to aim. This is why this is much better. This and the rainbow is what I go for, really. And then the last act, I'm happy to change it up. I'd like on the boss and angelic aura for the last. Okay, we've got adrenal rush, which is good defensive. We're getting our greens together. That's okay. And we're hoping for fake death on this one as a top priority. It just means... Yeah, small mistake. I've done my first, I did 2 saves. I did one save where, well, my first one that I went through and my son bought it at Chrissy and we played. We've got 2 sons in their 20s. I have 2 sons, I should say. And, you know, it's so much easier in co-op, and then play with my son's friend. There's 4 of us. Somebody drops over. You know, we have one dedicated reser. The others defend, enemies to protect, and you've got, you know, talents that help you not be interrupted or taking damage also when you're rezzing. But we got our fake death. It just means the run's good, especially we don't know what's in the next room until we can run. Now, what I'm hoping in the next room... Oh, I should say the second one I did the whole thing for beginning to end a new save. Just wanted to do the whole thing on my own because it's so much tougher. And, you know, trying to get 8s on each hero. The bunny is my main, I would call it. Hero, it really is powerful and it synergizes really well with Spores. It's got a Fatal Bloom build. If you haven't tried it, have a look at my build. Have a look at the run on the 8 and the 8 Jockle that I've done on my bunny. It's really powerful and destroying. It's like getting double Spores. Please have not a bad affix or a Craftsman. I'm just looking around the room to bolt to the Craftsman sometimes. He's sometimes down here, but he's not. Is he? Nope. Alright. It's not got any bad affix. Oh, I didn't know that. I mean, he's always there, but you can slow them with this weapon. We just haven't got a lot of DPS. We'd one-shot him if we had Spores. I'm going to try to get some of these guys down, get some grenades on them. Just haven't got the deeps without Spores, but you can't always get it right. That's it, RNG. Tiny heads to crit on the Argus there. Got him. Just run around. Sometimes it's in this room to the right. Sometimes, where's mine? I'm just waiting for my dual wield to come back for that guy. That's where I tell you, just having the 50% movement speed, or we've probably got 45 now, base movement, is survivability with those guys. Trying to get his head, which is really tiny there. We got it, critted it. The worst in this room, I would say, is having to crit with the, well, for me it is. Maybe I'm just bad aim. But trying to get close to those guys and having to crit with the foundry, oh, they take 90% less damage. If they've got spores, you can ignore that and 10% would melt them fairly quickly. Only in this, it doesn't do that in the ladder axe because their health and shields are so increased. Hoping again there'll be a peddler probably here. No, there it is, craftsman. So just kill, kill, kill. Don't be, and then do this. Get that up. Etch it, roll it, and hopefully we don't die. And now everything's just been one-shotted. And that's the main thing of just showing you the difference. So we didn't get it for the first boss. The first boss would have melted in a few seconds. He probably would have not got up top to die. Now the good thing about this, so we've got our Argus, it's already hitting at 156. Doesn't matter when, we only ever level this from here on. So every craftsman, because of it, craftsman's inheritor, often you don't have enough money for all 3 rolls, you know, to get your 3 levels. But we will for every craftsman on here, and you have to be a bit, like, what's the word, look around your rooms. I don't do rushed runs, I don't do time runs. But even enhanced, you know, it'll burn through shields, it'll burn through armour. And it makes just 8s, you can still die. Still hoping for some things to help us, but fake death means you get a bad affix. Like I'd say on the 3rd act, there's some rooms that are really narrow and you can get delayed death, and they're literally from here to here, and they're like octopuses, kappas, lanterns, and they don't die for, I don't know, 5 seconds after you actually take them down to nothing. This room can be brutal. This won't hurt us. Delayed, do nothing for us. I'm not going into dual wield, I don't need to, unless there's no crap movement, because I want to do refracted beam, which I need to click the right click, and it's only with a dog that happens, because the right click will do your secondary weapon, of course. Unless I don't know how to do it properly, I don't know any other way. You can see how these are melting. Now if you have the rainbow, it's probably a bit better defensively in this act, simply because you can shoot through things. There's something behind me here. There's a peddler there, there he is. They're the venomous lizards, by the way, that unlocks this, which if you're at this point on an 8 you would have unlocked, but they appear on elite or higher difficulty, not normal, and you've got to kill 20 of them. Okay, so we'll do that again. Hopefully we'll get some scrolls that make us reload less. There's a vault over there. Never do that unless you get off this thing here, the, what is it, the evil banishing talisman that makes you immune. Really don't care for that. That's 40% skill damage. We'll do it for now, just maybe. That's only 1 point. And we would have got a wild hunt that you would backtrack if you had a temporary weapon on that one. So you would have got your weapon for the run, but you would have lost a couple, well, you would have got a higher weapon drop actually. I think they're level 3 here. Yepers. So you wouldn't really, you lost like 1 craftsman in the earlier, you know, in the act before used. Okay. Now we, you know, these vaults, which I was going to say, if it's elite, and it often is, and they can be challenging when you haven't got your ascensions and scrolls that help deeps, survivability scrolls. We do have lightless, it's good, but you'll melt them. We'll melt them. I'm doing that because rather than shield, shields just melt so quick. Maybe we split it for 1 at least. because if I get paranormality, which is really good for this, for the dog, turns, oh no, flesh and bone, sorry. Paranormality is the opposite. It turns all your shield into health, and we will have never do that. That one's decent with our grenades, though we're not doing the skill-based stuff, but you know, it doesn't hurt. I think it's any skill-based damage that might actually affect the dual wield, which is our skill. Okay, we're good to go. The run speed's up 2 here now, it's not as scary. The advantage of this one, last stand, they get stronger the more we kill. They get a purple as the last ones, they must be enhanced somehow. But I'm not too scared now. This one, if you don't have spores, can be brutal if it's got the affix. You've got to be within 12 metres to kill, where this is a good long range. See they're turning perps there, getting more enhanced. And you've got to be close, and being close means you can just fall over, you know, like trying to get close to an arsonist. Otherwise they take no damage, you know that one. Easy room for us that time. Sometimes you get this room with four what do you call it, waves. Just looking around for, I'd like to get movement speed. I always want to get ostrich boots or abnormal speed, and there's some others like your dash and get it for 3 seconds. Nope, didn't miss anything. There's a peddler here getting really good enhanced scrolls, and that's not good because I don't need money. It means we don't have to spend on the soul essence. Oh, we got one of those. What's it got on it? Here we go. Where's the last craftsman? There'll be one just ahead. We'll come back for that. Not coming into here without. It's got rate of fire on crit, which only help on boss. Crit X isn't doing a lot. The last one's not wonderful. It's going to help us for the bossing, but I mean, you just need spores at this stage. It's really in the third act that you want rate of fire on the weapon and that. And we will get rate of fire with dual wield. But I need the enhanced beam here. You can see it's destroying. There's an Argus, which we don't need, but you usually get it in the second act. And you just toss your inferior temporary shotgun on the ground. It's the beauty about, you know, not money being an issue. There's going to be a retainer up here and a worm, but it's got good range. This can slow them, especially the arsonists, you know, and the what's the other ones, the bandits in the next room. Okay, what do we get? We got Lucky Shot. We got Lucky Shot again, and we got Lucky Shot after killing enemy. Oh yeah, we need a craftsman though. It was a ways back, so I have to clear this room and come back. Like, hopefully there's the craftsman there, so I could pick it up and run to it, I think. Run, forest. I have to dash across quickly. Thankfully it pauses, you can't do that in co-op. You can etch at any level of this weapon, even though it's not 5, because it's got 4 inscriptions. So we will etch. We will re-roll. And we'll enhance that one, and we're going to dash out of here. Lucky Shot's going to rock here. I won't go back for the rainbow. It is a better defensive weapon, but there's a lot of Lucky Shot on this. The rainbow is really good on these rooms though. Like, you can just get on the other side of stuff and they can't nuke you. You just kite them through objects. The bandits are going to spawn now, but this slows them. There's the bandits. It's a good thing about this game, you get to know every room, and pretty much there's some RNG, but you get to know like what it's going to spawn. That worm always spawns up there, the retainers always spawn there. This room sometimes has 4 waves. I was going to say there's usually a vault in here, and sometimes a chat chest back there, and I always have a look around that corner. And sometimes a peddler behind here, or sometimes a craftsman behind there. So look at your mini map and run around the room. What have we got? Okay, that is a pretty decent one for Lucky Shot, but you have to dual wield for it. We're not doing a lot of that right now. I'm more on bosses. where we don't have to do the refracted beam. So we'll do that one, which is 40% after killing an enemy, which means we've got really uptime of that all the time. And plus health per second for 20 seconds, so that's a really good one for Spores. You're not relying on dual wield, which you normally would with different builds. Hopefully there's an elite in here and some scrolls for defense. Got the DPS for the moment. Yeah, there will be an elite in this room. It's a tough room, this one, without Spores. The guy spawns with a shield is the harder one for the injectors generally if you haven't got Spores. Because there's, what's he going to be? Or the guy with the bombs. This is the guy with the bombs. So just don't run over them, it activates them, stay at range. Once you get through his armour, and this is eating through the yellow, so run over them, and then they explode behind you. I've gone in for a weapon and not noticed that and died in previous runs. I learnt that early. Chance at weapons here too, but we've got our 3 scrolls over here. And you know, scroll can make or break it. You get feline. We got fake death, which is really nice to have as a backup, but you can still die with that. We'll do that one because we're doing that and we're spreading to enemies as well. So slowing everything down. I'd like to get some movement speed. I don't understand why it feels faster on other characters than the dog. Is there something that negates the movement? I don't know. Just feels 40%. We've got about 45% movement. Just feels. Oh, I know the bunny has built in, so that's got. We get 100%. There's going to be robot guys here, I forget what they're called, rangers, and they really can hurt you, especially if they're enhanced to the sides. So I'm just having a look first, so before rushing in. Nope, they didn't spawn there. This room can be brutal. There they are. Take out the range, and then we're going to get bandits charge us from the left. I just want to get the range out of the way. Waiting for them to shoot, coming back out. You don't need the refracted beam too much, just there's a gunner. The bandit's going to spawn up here. They can spawn there. Lots of, oh, this is, the more elemental effects, the less damage they take. Okay, it's not affecting us with Spores. It's not the element that's doing it, these are the guys he's enhanced, so I'm going to get away from the sniper here. Going in for both defense and pew-pewing. The Argus is hitting pretty hard too, you know, that's the good thing about the dogs, the right click on bossing and that. We always go up here and bump it up. Remember, this is here in case something good drops ahead, but I'm pretty happy to go right through and kill the 3rd boss with this one. We'd like rate of fire, but we do have that built into our one ascension we got for that. So we bump that up. We're up to 230 already, level 12 weapon. All other classes don't benefit from the, I mean the heavy lifting is being, if we threw that in the ground, you saw before, this does no damage. It's all the Argus and how Spores Ascension works. I've tried all the other ones. You know, mixing elements like on the Crown Prince, you do miasma build and combustion build. This one's a bit of a pain just because of the time it takes, but just dive through the fire, it's not too bad, just wait for the corrosion to come through. And you don't want to fall into that hole. And dash, and then dash. Okay. Consumption at now 16%. Shows you how many those are showing. We can have 20 scrolls with Inheritor. So you start to do a, you know, start to get down to here and just look at, like, I don't need some of those scrolls. I don't really need that. That's a very small one I can throw later. That one I'd take, not just because I'm doing corrosive at the moment. I would take it if I didn't, because it means I'm now immune to the slows from the octopuses, the kappas, the corrosion they put on me, because it says that we're immune to the negative effects of it. And in the latter act, you might get slowed down by the frost guys. Snow boots are also good for that. We already did that, didn't we? Going to have a sniper. Oh, elite gathering. Everything here is elites. You wouldn't want to do this without spores. It will melt through anything like that. Slow that guy. He's the most dangerous. I've got to get him down. I've just got a flaming thing on me. Slow him. A tough room made easier. There's just, innumerable elites. I'd say the hardest one is in the last act on Jockle. In the last room you always get it, and it can be just destroying. Again, it's got a lower base damage multiplier. Phantom skin, which we've already got. Oh, that's Lightless Shield. Okay, that's nice again. It'll give us every 10 seconds a stack. Getting some defensive scrolls now. And we've got our defensive greens. We've got a good build for staying alive. We haven't got our best one, but anyway. It all adds up. Don't need money, I'm just so used to melding. I've got 3,000 in case I get that scroll that says you get 30% damage from your money, but you need to have 3,000. Emergency heal won't hurt us. This room would be the worst, would be the ones that, these are the most, but they turn into bandits in this room and that you kill. So you don't want to nuke everything, so you've got a million bandits charging you. This weapon's good in that it's really long range. You just move up the room slowly. You'll have some bandits down the end. Here they are. You can slow them. They charge where you were. Lots of bandits up there. Those tornadoes nuke you too. Now there's usually a peddler up top sometimes. Just always check. You can see it on the map, but sometimes there's a craftsman and that up there. What was that weapon? What? Bow. Nope. There's like bandits in here. Selfless dedication. That won't help. They won't have time to cure each other. Oops. Just get under here so that you can do the centre ones so the snipers can't get you. They're going to be bandits charging you in a minute. And come out for them. Here's the guys that charge you. Just use their line of sight so they can't get you. Those guys can one-shot your shield off and the second guy gets you and you're gone. Wish I had more movement. I feel really slow, and it happened on another dog run that must be, I don't know, it doesn't feel like the overconsumption movement's working. Ostrich boots or abnormal speed, please. Okay, they're all dead. Chat chest, I was going to say check up top. Never do that. What normal have I got on this? Crit and lucky shot. Yeah, I'm going to give it a go for rate of fire. Fill magazine. Yeah, it's better than what was there anyway. Means we're not reloading. It's good if you get that and 50% rate of fire. Because the faster the rate of fire, the faster the spore stacks, the more damage that explodes, you know. But if you get that and the one that says that, you know, you're not reloading, so you're always at 50%, you get 100% up on the rate of fire, which is really nice. I'll take that. I'd like to get some damage scrolls now. We're pretty good on defence. It's boss time. We'll be alright with him. Just looking for scrolls now. This is always, I've been getting this a lot lately. It's not good because there's diminishing returns. It makes the boss kill a lot slower because the weapon damage, we're firing so much, just gets weak. So you've got to throw grenades to skill damage, weapon damage, and because our dual wield is just weapon damage, it doesn't really negate it, like swords out on the bunny or something. And that's useless. I used to love that before I did Craftsman's Inheritor. It's a great weapon. And it's got accuracy and stability. You really want that on there. It's got rate of fire on hit up to 75. It's really nice, but I'm just going to play defensively in the next act. So I would love that if that was anywhere in the third act. Well, on the boss in the fourth act, I mean. There you go. We'll bump that up. You can see it doesn't matter, this is 4. So just toss a grenade and then I'll go into dual wield, and there's no refracting to do here. Stay in the V there. Toss a grenade, he's not taking damage again, take a break. That's tossing grenades. The way you get that thing off you is run them over these. I might get rid of them, they're starting to chase me a bit much. And our dual wield coming back up. Now big one, he's immune, you just have to run over several of these and kite it. Dual wielding, nuking him with the Argus as well. And he's down. Lost our shield, but he's down. Good, good. Now this is normally where the Geminis first drop, but rarely have I got, like, you don't want to get it this late. That second act's brutal without it. It's got that, which is again low base damage and multiplier comparatively for its level. I'm going to do that one. I mean, that's not bad too for bossing continuous firing, but we've got pretty good locky shot on the weapon. We're throwing grenades every now and then. And we've got Feline Spirit. It's the best defensive in the game. You take 100% damage, but it won't, and we've got health regen exceed, the hits won't exceed more than 14. If you get that on Spiritual Assault, you can then roll buffer shield on the gauntlets if you've got plenty of essence, and you become immune to all damage. Like you can stand still on the trash, stand still on gluttony, but you can't do that here. So we're getting some really good defensives that can make a run successful. On this one, we just want to pick something that doesn't hurt skill damage. Money we don't care about, that we don't care about. We really don't care about that, but there was nothing there. We don't have to chase any secondaries now. Now coming into this act, stronger is good. Oh, it's the Foundry, 90%. I was wondering why they weren't getting one shot, so we've got to crit them with the Foundry, but we can do it with this. I'm just seeing how you're trying to get close to the Foundry and not dying is brutal. So we're only doing 10% damage. I was wondering why they weren't falling over. Trying to crit them with the Argus, knock them back a bit. We can still do it, and that's, I think, the worst affects for me. Okay, I'm going to go behind you for a second. They got big heads. Just waiting a second, and you can't dual wield for health regen. I was waiting for my shield to come up in health. Just we don't have any defence like this. We've got our lightless shield. I'm waiting for that to stack up too. We lost those by being hit before. Just really bad. I think it's the worst. Okay. Oh, I got stuck. Crap on that rock. And we got procced. Okay. I'm going to go back to this little safer and dual wield and get rid of them. Too bad you can't dual wield the foundry, eh? Oh, maybe you can. No, you can't. Just thinking if you had it as your second weapon. This is safer, as you can see, than trying to do the foundry. Catfish can just nuke you one hit. You got two of them on you, and the second hit takes you out. We're immune to slow, so just our damage is so high, it's made this room successful and fake death saved us. We had our res, but I don't want to use that this early. That's a backup for Act 4. I was thinking, why is this weapon not doing what it's supposed to do? Read your messages is what I learnt, but I thought I got spores really sweet. I can do the foundry here, but what have we got for it? It just burns through ammo is the only thing. Come on, man. Get some ammo, get some grenades. And buy some at the next. I'd say that's the hardest room to come into on the second act without spores, and even on this one, of course. The thing with you know, that's got such a good cooldown, this 45 seconds, it's already back up. You know, you can see it count down on the bottom right here. It can make, you know, a run just so much more successful when something like that happens. You don't read your messages early enough, and that's, you know, a lot in that room that can hurt you and nuke you. Getting that in this stretch, because we get blocked in the second, is pretty brutal. What are we doing for ammo? We're not too bad. What's the one here? Burning effect won't hurt us. So I got glazed in here is really bad, or delayed death. Or that one we just got with the foundry, and you've just got a little room to move, and that's not too bad, the trash we just got, but I've had octopuses and kappas chasing me, and I've died in that before. So there's a lot of RNG on an 8 run. Just trying to get some ammo. Got 400 now, we're sweet. If you dashed, it would be corrosion, so don't dash. It changes we do want the corrosion to slow stuff. Just using this for defense as well as nuking them. Pretty good having the Argus. You don't get to use it on other characters because the Spores the place, and the Argus just is for its stats. So this one's, you know, a level 15 weapon. It's doing some decent damage when we go into dual wield, but it won't refract, which is all right. Go to the peddler. Remember, this is here in case we get a better weapon. It'd be good to get our dual wield down now, if we could, our time. Scroll. Or I'll choose an Ascension, which we did get earlier, but I chose defensives over it. They have delayed damage here, so which isn't too bad, I don't care with spores. It would be brutal without spores, but I'd rather that than the delayed death, which gets a grey bar above their head. In this room, not too bad, there's plenty of room to move around, but now there's good for ammo, yeah. Chat chest. You can have octopuses here. Catfish are, like, you can get out of line of sight of the octopuses. Just get the melee, and I'm not going to dual wield because I want to refract the beam for the lanterns and that. It gets a bit brutal. I'll go dual weld maybe in a minute. Okay, now. Nuke with the Argus. Good weapon, the Argus. Really would like to get rate of fire. We've got lots of lucky shot, but is it lucky shot with crit? No, it's killing enemy. Fill enemy. Ammo consumed after killing enemy. So I've got lucky shot, but rate of fire. If we got one with that, it'd be night and day. If you got 50% rate of fire after killing enemy, just making sure I haven't missed a vault. Need to do everything now for an 8. Nope, not that I can see. Oops, that one back there. Yes. I should have got my Ascension, but I don't run all that way back. Okay, we're going to get an elite in this room. It can be a hard room, you get sharks and stuff. The rainbow is good here because you can use these center pylons and kite stuff in between you. But where are they spawning over here? They're all tight, so I want to not dual wield for the refractive beam. Here he is. It's going to be the Kappa. Oh, this guy we can slow a little bit. Does frontal. Got him. Everything despawns. Getting pretty good to damage, you notice there. I got a couple of grenades hit me. And the lightless shield picked it up. And then we've still got 3 and 4 stacks, so we lost a stack of each. Got some good defensives and feline. Just want to get our deeps up now. We've got our defense. We can do it just slowly. Okay, that's the opposite one that we want. We want the flesh and bones, but that's good for most other characters. The only one that's good for is the bird, I think it is. No, not the bird, that's got armour. Anyway, it's good for this, and I can't remember the other. That's skill damage, I really don't want any of those. And overconsumption's still got 76%. So I mean you get benefit. We'll go to the chat chest and then out the door. I'm going to do rare scroll. Come on, ostrich boots. Nope. I haven't noticed how much we're going down there. Is it replenishing too fast with our stuff? We're not going to benefit from that scroll. I'll have a look. We've got to get down to like reloading, and we've got reloading on it, so we might not benefit from it. Reloading on the inscription, that is. Okay, we got that. We got. I do want to get the duration of that up for bossing. It's usually top pick, but Spores changes it up a bit. No message, thankfully. This room can have often whatever you kill turns into a shark, and you got to make sure you don't nuke everything all at once. Kill a couple of things, then kill the sharks after you. Good thing about this weapon, you can stay max range like this. The rainbow, you got to move closer, but you can, like if there's a shark on the other side there, you can have it on the other side and move around in a circle so they can't chain you. He's immortal. I didn't miss anything back here, did I? No. Making sure I do not want to miss a craftsman. As the run gets on, it's really the Argus, and because we can dual wield with it on bosses and stuff, and when things get tough, you really want to make sure it's up high. This is going to have sharks up here, so it'll be max range and slow them. Nuke them. Look at that. Didn't even have range on that, and we did it with the Argus. Nice. Got a peddler. Looking for scrolls really now. I got our weapons. That's good because it'll see the stacks down here go up. For lucky shot. And when you get close to something, what's the total? 50% lucky shot. It's nice. And we're playing the long game with this weapon. There's a vault there. Just popping in the room looking for a message. This also can be the shark one. You kill sharks. We didn't get it, thankfully. We got some hard affixes in the early rooms, but come on. Look at the lucky shot there. Because we've got lucky shot going up. We've got pink numbers everywhere now, red numbers. We've got so much high lucky shot. Whoa, get away, get away. Be gone, demon. I'm gonna keep my refracted beam out here to slow these guys. See how they waddle? They usually move pretty fast like that guy. Just get some corrosion on it. We do have that scroll that spreads. I want to get him down, man. But I do not want to go into dual wield just yet. I want to do refracted beam for the lanterns. Wow, look at the lucky shot, eh? And we do have built-in even Ascensions, so we could go into that. Lots of numbers. Okay. Nothing there. And that's really for a sniper build with two, magazine of 2. I mean, Wild Hunt, which is too late. Like it's 12 times 152 to show you the difference by now. 16 times 304. It'll be over 500 by the last boss. It gets higher and higher the base damage as it goes up, I think. That's how I've noticed it. It must be exponential. And it's really bad swapping weapons, we don't do it. You're pretty good on scrolls, and fake death is pretty good too. So we should get there. Just I'd really like some DPS Ascensions, or I mean, we've got some lucky shots helping. I'm just doing this for nuking and regen and rate of fire. So you lose our refraction, but it's sort of good for these sharks, eh? And the Argus sort of, if you line those up, takes all those out. I do love the Argus. See how wide it shoots with a 16 projectile count. Pretty good dual wheel build. We do without the refracted beam by the looks of it. This is good for bossing the next one. I should say that the rainbow isn't if it's the, is our craftsman. If it's the catfish guy and the ship with cannons, you have to change out the rainbow. So it's good that we got this one. This is good for it, auto shots the cannons. I don't know why the rainbow doesn't, where it auto targets everything else. We're above 350 now. When I used to get my, you get your spores in the third act, it would be this level on the boss. So it's so good to be able to get spores early to get the Argus or the Wild Hunt up. 100% weapon damage, we're already getting like 250 now. We're not having ammo problems, and we do have a weapon that, we'll give it a go. We can't change it, can we? It's usually a nothing better, that one. I might. Give it a go. We need damage. We just don't want to burn through ammo. Look, the injectors we just burnt through it before. I'm going to buy some. But it'll be good for bossing, you know, or when things are hard, there's an elite it'll chew through, but I need to get some ammo. Should have bought some off the Kappas here, and sharks are the danger. Lots of lucky shot. Without even rate of fire, which we only get from dual wielding. But we're burning through our injector, wow. We need deft hands or something. Have we got something that's using ammo for lucky shot at bullet time? No. Oh, I think it's this. I've had that before. It does your reserve ammo, so it's not using the affix. That's what it is. I had it on the bunny once. Just wondering why our ammo is going down. It's not like it shouldn't be that fast. It's doing the reserve, so we're not getting chance to fill magazine on killing enemy working. 10% lucky shot. You know, if you get any stuff that has ammo regen on kill, it doesn't work. They all become monks, eh? Oh crap, I've got to get out of here. I'm getting my health sucked. Let's go into this. Not a bad room. I mean, I've had worse affixes here. I can see some red over here. Just got to get out of those red because they really take off your shield and health quick if you stand in it too long. I've got good defensives in dual wield especially. He's immune. Come on, that's unfair porting to me. And again, it's unfair that I'm dual wielding. Damage is getting there now. Bump that up. Just got to pause for a second. Okay, I'm back. Just making sure there's sometimes a vault on the side of the box there. Nope. Oh, we got that 100% ammo and dual wield. That's what was doing it. Ascension, I just realised too. I was just going to use dual wield for bossing, but it seems OP. Maybe I won't choose that in the future with an injector. There should be a peddler up here. And there's a vault there on the side that's really always there in a sneaky spot. I'm going to get lobsters when they spawn here. And Kappas. But we can't be slowed by the Kappas. There's the lobsters over there, so we've got to kill this stuff and then get across to them. Just keep moving. If you stop, they fire where you just were. The most dangerous part of this act is the lobsters and the sharks. Kappas, catfish. It's good the Argus too, it interrupts those. Whatever you get. Gauntlet 6. Rate of fire, I like that. Speds to all enemies, not concerned about that. 50%. That unfills our reload instantly on killing an enemy, which only helps for trashing. We get 100% lucky shot chance, which was nice, and the lucky shot on enemy and the lucky shots. Even though I like the rate of fire, I think the lucky shot's better. And we get it on boss. Well, most of them we get on boss. Plus we get lucky shot for dual wielding. And we got lucky shot 25 built into our base talents for every hero. And we got that there, an extra 20 by the looks of it. Turn on the ammo consumption again. What have we got? Catfish. So as I said, if you had the rainbow, you'd have to come up to this guy here and swap it out, which we don't, but would see. I've never had something that I, you could get all swords or something. I'd buy that. Rate of fire is pretty slow, but it's enough. And I would have bought that. That's a good one. It's already got spores on it, not that matters. It doesn't really matter if you're unlucky on inscriptions, you get it down. So we just bump this up. We got good defences. I got recharge speed armour when receiving damage, increase. We got immune to all damage, 4 hits, which we're going to probably bump through, but it means, and then we got feline. It means if we get hit, it will only hit us for when there's only one enemy, 14% on the boss, so good survivability. Don't want to dash too much, or it doesn't matter too much, we're not relying on the elemental damage, but kill the cannons and kill the octopus at the end. Pick that up and dash out of that, because it'll always, yeah. Finish off the cannons. Oh, I forgot to buy ammo. I hope we're alright there, mate. Octopus should be alright. I should keep one of those up for fake death. I won't kill those ads. Shoot the cannonball in the air with the off weapon. Too bad I didn't have dual world up for that. I should have kept it up. Got the cannonball. I'm just going to do it one more time and we'll be good. I can't pick it up. I'm going to keep him up for now. Keep one of them up. Just to proc fake death. Not that I think it will happen, but they don't, they're moving pretty good. Now dual wielding, we should just nuke it. Easy mode. Yeah, if you got fake death, you could kill the boss at the end and it will proc fake death if you just die near the end, but it's just good to have one of those ads up. They disappear on the boss kill. And if you died because you didn't have this good defense that we've got. And we got left stone skin, man. We got some of the best. They're an example of the best defensive ones that you want in a run to make a run successful. And on top of that, we got fake death, which we haven't been using. I think we used once. So we'll do a bit of a look. So that one there is great. That one there is great. That's the best. That's all of them, I think. I can't remember any others. Oh, heavy shield is another one. That's good, but that's legendary. Goblet. Don't forget your goblet. Okay. I'm going to go lucky shot chance. Really pump up a lucky shot for the last boss and the trash up ahead. We could go through to the boss with this weapon. If you're doing Jockle, by the way, an 8 Jockle, you can't do it on normal 8 because it's so hard this last act. You can swap out, and what I do is I swap out that because I actually make sure I melt some stuff along the way if I'm on Jockle. So I got like 15k gold and that. And then you can do all your rolls and upgrades because you've got plenty of gold by this stage, but you might get something really nice that makes the run more powerful. Now this weapon's good for this. What's it? 60% damage. Just because they slows these fast monkeys a bit. So they have a bit of a delay on the damage we're doing, and they're enhanced. Like everything seems to be on an 8. And always everything's enhanced on an 8 Jockle. You can read about that on fandom. It really makes this act pretty brutal sometimes, especially the last room, which is always innumerable elites, and it's brutal solo if you haven't got really good defences. I need to remember to buy ammo, which I didn't again. We're not doing too bad now. I got rid of that scroll, but I'm not going to do that again. I thought it might be different. It was just a bunny thing because of rate of fire. I've got high rate of fire. It just shoots through ammo. The great thing about this is it's just range. Slow everything coming, those powerful monsters. Just going in here to nuke these guys a bit. Look at the defense we got. We lost a couple of our lightless shield and that. Just wait for them to come back up if you want, you know. It's really nice if you do take a hit that we're not actually taking a hit to our shield with those two. Lightless shield and phantom skin. Just looking around the room for chat chests and that I might have missed. I want every advantage even though we've got a good build. Well, we've got plenty here. Haven't got our top one, but we just got compensated by our scrolls. Gonna have some stalkers up here, which are sort of snipers, and some monkeys, and some fishermen that frost you, and they can hurt on, especially on a Jockle. They can hurt here. Most dangerous in this, I mean, the mountain guys are, the mountain guards, which we just killed. But the cavalry are really dangerous coming up. They ride on horseback and have like 3 levels of health, so they take a while to kill, and they slow you. They actually put a permanent debuff on you, on Jockle at least. That stacks to 20 and gives you like minus 20% movement speed that doesn't disappear. If you get too close, you die in a way. Fishermen throw grenades. Yeah, burning through our injectors. Can't do dual wield a lot by the looks of it. I need to keep an eye out for, what do we got on normal here? We've got Lucky Shot 20, which I don't mind, but I might want to try to, we could do one there. I might just try to get rate of fire on it. Which I can't see what it is because it was down far. We got 50% lucky. Oh, we got crit X, which isn't really helping us, and lost rate of fire, bummer. Oh well. Just getting some ammo. Sadly, I haven't got any movement speed scrolls. Well, I just got caught in something. Oh, a box. Seriously, get out of there, Sean. Gotta watch going backwards, don't I? Still pretty nice. We've still got 4 lightless shield, 2 phantom shields. Gee, it's such good defensive in the scrolls I've got. That's why I don't do those 2 rooms in the first act that you can die in with elites and stuff before you're OP, before you got defensives, because you get plenty of scrolls in the side rooms now. We sort of got enough scrolls for our run, to be honest. We must be up to 20 actually. Let me just check. No, we've got another 4 we can do. We just got our dual wield. Good for the mountain guards, it nukes them, that Argus. Being so high. Good for bossing too. The last boss will melt with the Argus being up. What's it up to now? 415. Should get it up near 500 by the end of the run. He's just for scroll now. You could skip this room. I just sort of like doing complete runs after Act 1. You can always jump out if you think it's usually the elite that goes into 3 parts. We're running out of we're running out of ammo. I need to clear the sides of the rooms. It's the dual wielding's burning through 100% ammo. Shouldn't have chosen that Ascension anyway, live and learn. I don't usually choose it, there wasn't much better. Let me just have a look for some ammo here. Nope, no pots. I do need that scroll now that gives you secondaries. This is the guy that splits. Just don't even know if I want to kill him, to be honest, with all the... Yeah, I'm going to jump out. Not that I'm worried, but I'm just going to burn out of ammo and the run's going to be too long just for a scroll. It's not worth it. And we've got our weapons, so we don't... They drop weapons is all. Let me get some ammo of that. Can you guys remind me about the next one? I got some there. The next peddler to buy some. We usually get deft hands on that, which is excellent because you get free ammo and killing an enemy for 2 seconds or something it won't consume, but we haven't got it. Or against the flow. We just got blocked in there. I have to go dual wield to nuke that fisherman. Okay. Last stand, they get stronger. Okay. Just need some ammo. Is there a... I don't mind the stronger one, you know, like, there doesn't seem to be as many enemies when that happens, just stronger enemies. We're fairly strong. 100 ammo, come on, give me some more, thank you. Oh, those things putting on, we got to get out of here. The source is putting the shields on, but I'm not moving into the source just yet. Too dangerous. Get our dual wield back. Yep. Take some of those. Oh, he wasn't enhanced. Thank you. I'd rather kill them with a shield on them than go in and die. Had to reload. At least it's not enhanced up there. Come on. Got it. How are we going for ammo? Can't tell. I thought I was supposed to get stronger. They usually do, they go purple. Like that guy's got a purple tinge, but the others didn't. Maybe the shield interfered with it off the... Got this guy, there must be a... I'm going to look around the room for a peddler. I haven't seen one for a while. I don't think I missed him. There's some ammo. I've got 400, that's pretty decent. Nope, I'm looking on the mini map. There isn't a peddler hidden up here. Sometimes a chat chest up here. Up here sometimes. Nope. Good to go. Heading towards the home stretch. Long run when it's an 8. Well, some runs are quicker on different heroes. So the bunny really just tears up an 8 with spores. Do that. This is the home stretch and the hardest part of the run, especially on Jockle. Shock's not taking effect, so I won't dash either. So corrosion slows. Just blowing that up so if I move around that rock I don't die. I haven't got bad affixes really in this last room yet. We got them all early. They're the guys that are dangerous, the cavalry, and they're enhanced. I'm going to go in dual wheel and try to get close to him, he'll drop us. and he's enhanced. Just takes a lot of damage to get them down to. He's got 3 health bars. Moving in while I've got dual wield to kill some of this. Can't believe how many craftsmen we're getting, but no peddlers. It's really weird. They must be all up ahead. Well, they've taken it out of the game because they know I need it. Elite gathering, and this is usually the case on Jockle too, and the worst here is it's narrow. No. Is the guy on horseback or penguin back that has fire, and it's really narrow. He's going to nuke. There he is. Just trying to go into dual wield and try to nuke him. We've got the damage, but we don't get that fire under us. I'd be dead on other heroes if I get close like this. So he just took our shield off, and now we got him out of his dangerous phase though, just with our sheer damage. And he runs away. Come on, man. Chicken. Going to wait for my shield to come back and get our lightless up, which are down to 0, and phantom. This is the hardest on Jockle though. It's so much more when they're in it. They've got crazy health, crazy shields. There we go. I'm actually just going to wait for dual wield. There he is. He's back and he healed by the looks of it. Oh, he got back on horseback. Was this the second one? Get off that fire. Yeah, Undying. You dare not heal. You dare not. I'm going to go after him. No way am I going to let him come after me again. He's just brutal, that guy. Okay, now we're alright. And these guys hurt, but not like that other one. I'm doing alright in ammo. Insufficient ammo, I've run out. I've just got the Argus. And there's some there. It's burning through ammo. I've never had this problem before. Never choosing that Ascension again. 100% weapon damage. What a lackluster Ascension that was. Let me get some ammo up here. They've got 2 splits of these guys. These are the fake ones. If they go down quick, they're the fake ones, but at least they're not hurting us. No peddler, eh? That's weird. But at least we're alright now. We got that other guy down. Come on, Arcus. Pew pew with your 50% damage. We're going to run out of ammo in a second. You can do it. You can do it. Argus is nuking, eh? Really nice. Don't get to use this on any other character. 2 weapons together. I've lost our lightless shield stacks, so I'm just going to play it safe for a second. They won't heal. Just the grenades there. I'm out of ammo for that, am I? Yep, totally out. So I have to go to the Argus, but I want to make sure. Swap weapons for a second. 1, 2. Okay, we've got dual wield up for the 50%. And I've got an issue nose. What's in that one? Oh, we got some ammo. Yeah, this is Spores nuking though. Not just when you do just solo Argus. Not cutting it. It's all the Spores. Oh, Peddler, thank you, thank you. Took your time to turn up. Oh, what do we got there? Have a rest. Rate of fire on crits, good for boss. So 70 defense, rate of fire. Converts to fire. And lensly some bosses, okay. That and that and that. I don't know if I need that. And I'll buy that but not use it yet, mate. And refresh. No. That's a 1 pointer, maybe. And I've got to go back to that though. Oh crap, I was in dual wield. I need to swap those weapons. Back to that one. Okay. Yeah, look, this weapon's the melting one. Just showing it's Spores, not the Argus. I mean, it helps, but we got 2 sets of those, so we had 6 of these guys, and you can hear them cocking their guns, so you just got to make sure they're not all doing it at the same time. Okay, we got it done. Hard room, but we're on the boss. Got that a bit late. How do we get there? Oh, I got rate of fire. I don't care, it's level 10. I'm really up. That's not going to do anything. It's got 50% lucky shot, and that's got rate of fire. But we will have a head. Can't remember what the other one had there. Has that got spores on it? It does, yeah. We'll go up the boss anyway, but trying to remember what that is. 30% getting least at bosses. It's got lucky shot chance and rate of fire, so, and we can crit on this boss by right clicking. And that has not got spores. I can't remember if it's just through there to the boss. So I'm not going to risk it. I'm going to have a look ahead. Too dangerous. Okay, so it's just the last section of ads, but I think that's the boss there. No, it's another section. We need a craftsman. I'm not running back, so I'll come back for it. You don't want to do any of this without Spores. That's the dangerous guy. And he's empowered. I think the Argus, the main thing is it just pushes stuff back away from you, which is really helpful. It's doing damage, don't get me wrong, but you can see the difference. The Spores are doing the run. That's why I did a double shotgun run once. I did put Spores on it, was alright, but the Spores was lackluster because it needs a fast fire rate, which shotties don't have. Don't care about the shield. How's our ammo? We're burning through it, but we've got enough. There's some there. Oh, not good timing for him, so I'm getting out of here. He'll really hurt me. Luckily we have good defences. I can't go dual wield yet. Got trapped in the corner here and we lost everything. Okay, dual wield just in time. They're brutal, as I said, they're the most dangerous in this act, apart from the elites, of course. Okay. Got that down. Doing good damage, and that's it, as I said, if you look on an 8 compared to a skill build totally, you know, even a grenade build by this stage, atomic bomb is decent, but this is performing well than when I've done that. I'll try and get that sorted out. It's not enhanced, but I don't want to be killed by what's in front. Now we're going on ammo. Ammo is good. Stalkers here, the dangerous ones. We did it. Now, I got that. That's the boss. So, I have to go back for that weapon. I really do want it. Very good for bossing. Could just do the boss with that. The other one was good. What's the rate of fire? 1258 with 25%. Just do the boss. We got enough. The other one was nice, 30% against the boss, but that's pretty good. I don't want to do that, we've got enough scrolls. And now we're going for an overconsumption scroll check. We have lost 29%, so we're at 70%, 71%, just showing you overconsumption still doing, you know, like 280 or 270% weapon damage, skill damage, that sort of stuff. It's a really good one that benefits the whole run. Nothing there. That's a great weapon. What's on it? The projectile's nice. The lucky shot critting. Lots. The second one's nothing. Third one not so much. Stick with what I got. We'll get it down. Might be a little bit slower, but what our weapon get said would be above 500, which we are. 36 item level. I mean weapon level. Oh, diminished returns. I really do not like that. Spores is diminished too. Oh, didn't do my ammo again. Being a bit hasty here. Expecting more damage here. We just do the injector for a second. Not in a round of ammo, we do that. $155, no way I have to go and just get that ammo over there. That is a really bad Ascension. I've never had this problem, I've never chosen that before, and it's even on the build, it says never, like, bottom, usually avoid. I just thought we'd get some scrolls that would help with ammo regen, or even inscriptions there. Run out of ammo. Let's throw some grenades, eh? Got defense, just no ammo. There's some there. Let me get out of there. There we go. Slowest kill in history, but checking scrolls. Nothing hurting ammo here, I don't need that. No, there's nothing there. Burning through because of that Ascension. I won't have damage here to burn through the burn phase if I lose all my ammo. I think this is a slow. I've never done a kill this slow. Should have gone for the other weapon. I should have gone back for it. 30% on boss. Running out of ammo is going to, that's the killing us. How long have I got until I got no ammo left? An Argus kill. Getting out of there. I just lost our shield with that cleave. Looking at my ammo, 60. Oh man. I've never done this. Have a look at my bunny Jockle, 8 kill. Like, that's a crazy fight. I burn him in like, I don't know, there's no ammo now. I have to go across to my Argus, which would be doing decent, but nothing. Okay, we'll go dual wield in a second. There's some ammo. That purple on the ground hurts. It's like a damage over time. He drops ammo sparingly. When we're burning through it so much, usually it's enough for the fight, but good defences. I lost my lightless shield and that phantom skin with the cleaves and movement. I have to keep using skill here to just get diminishing returns off. That's what's hurting us, diminishing returns. Really, I notice that's what's doing the ejector, but we're burning through. 3 doing grenade damage. Maybe the dual wield doesn't get off the diminishing returns, even though it's a skill. Different type, yeah, that's doing it more. That's helping. Just the diminishing returns with grenades. Now we have to burn. Dual wielding? We haven't got dual wielding up. We're not going to do it, no way. We're going to hard mode. Especially with diminishing returns. You can still do it, but man, I don't know if we can. Now he goes like full on hard mode, major defense. We've got good defense. He puts crap on the ground everywhere. You can do it. We've got to burn his whole health, this thing off again. Look at the look at the purple on the ground. I've got to say it's a fun kill. I get it. If I get it. Have to do grenades for the diminishing returns too. Okay, burn through that shield. Come on, we can do it. How much ammo we got? Oh, we got plenty of ammo. I can't believe we're still alive with this long hard mode. I've killed it in hard mode before. It's like a slither of health. We got it. That was fun. I got diminishing return. I get it on the second one. I got it on the first boss and made it slow. It just means the more weapon damage you do, the less it does. I should have been throwing my grenades more, I suppose. It's been coming up a lot lately. I rarely get it on bosses. You get like dashing and all that regularly. Anyway, longest run in history, an hour 20 minutes, but we did it. And I burned a lot on the rolls at the start, so we'll get no essence. Let me just see, 210, I've not high, but not terrible. Weapon summary. And we had rate of fire, would have been burning through ammo even more. We still made 800. So what am I back to? 20 nearly, yeah, I nearly capped again. Ready for the next one. Well, I've got the 8 dog. Had incredible defense. But damage was a little bit lackluster, especially on the bossing because of the diminishing returns of weapon damage and spores, which is our main pew-pew. But we got it done. It's successful, that's all I matter. I don't care if it's long. Have a good day. And you probably haven't listened to any of that, because you should have watched the other video.